a group of Māori rangatahi have a message and they want you, all of us, to hear it. The young Māori leaders, many of whom grew up together in Rotorua, have united in calling for New Zealanders to talk about mental health and suicide. Together they've created a really moving video, Time to Talk, to coincide with Mental Health Awareness Week. It was posted on Facebook on Monday and has since been viewed by more than 100,000 Facebook users. Te Mana Kōrehi reporter John Boynton has more.
Aotearoa, it's time to talk.
Their voices cut through the silence, the stigma of mental health issues in our country and the importance of communication. The gentle guitar strums of 660's Purple building underneath them.
We are so rich in culture and the people here are just absolutely awesome.
We love to talk about what makes us great.
But for such a great country,
there's a lot being left unsaid.
Te Mahara Swanson Hall is a 19-year-old commerce and Māori student at Victoria University in Wellington. While sitting in one of her classes, she thought about Mental Health Awareness Week and the issues affecting her community in Rotorua.
One of the boys from another high school committed suicide at the start of last year, and that really hit home for a lot of us because I think no matter which high school we went to, we all knew him. So that was something that sparked the motivation for me to actually put something together.
She wrote the script, enlisted the help of young Māori social influencers to voice it, and put it together with the help of friend Finn Carroll. Feedback from the video has been overwhelming.
I wanted to generate conversation in the country that is so amazing for lots of different things, but when it comes to mental health issues, no one really talks about it, and I think it's important that we realise that it is necessary for our country to talk about. Otherwise, we wouldn't have such shocking statistics that we do. New
Zealand has the highest youth suicide rate per capita in the developed world, and our most recent annual suicide toll was the worst on record, 606 people.
we want everyone to realise that mental health doesn't have a particular face or a look. It can affect anyone, even those who seem the most put together.
That's Jordan Teriu, Otago University student and a friend of Te Mahara's. She was depressed when studying at high school and says she didn't know who to turn to, as depression had never been discussed within her whānau.
When you go through depression or a mental health illness, it's very hard to try and speak up because half the time people don't actually understand how they feel or understand why they're feeling like that.
With a better understanding of depression, Jordan felt she could help others facing the same struggle.
If I could go through something, so dark and be able to find support and friends or family, no matter how big or small, maybe I could try and be that same network for other people. And I think that's actually what got me out of it.
She's had young people from around the Motu sharing their stories with her after watching the video.
Suicide and depression are becoming serious topics that need to be talked about. And so many people have messaged saying, I've been through this has touched me like this, and I'm, sharing the love around.
Kuratea Broughton was another friend from Rotorua Te Mahara called upon to be a part of her project. He wanted to highlight
29% of youth that experience mental health issues each year.
He lost one of his friends to suicide, and the death was a challenging time for the community. How would you describe him?
Just someone who you could not picture anything like that happening. So, yeah, it just really sort of opened my eyes to the fact that anyone could have a problem and may have a problem even if they seem fine.
Kuratea has moved away from home to Auckland to study biomedical science. He says it's a time in a young person's life that can be difficult and encourages his peers to look out for their mates and check in to see if they're okay.
It doesn't take much to say hello to someone that you know. It doesn't take anything out of your day, but it makes someone's day and, make sure that someone knows that people are there and people care for them.
It's time to talk.
It's time to talk.
It's time to talk.
It's time to talk.
Time to talk.
Time to talk.
So it's time to talk now.
Mo te hōtaka o te ahiahi nei, ko John Boynton aho.